Fans walked in for what they thought was just a regular tour, sat down, started talking about how much the show meant to them, named their favorite character, and then Rachel Green herself popped up holding a coffee pot, like she'd been there the whole time. The screams were unreal. One person literally asked her, "Am I dreaming right now?" Jennifer said, "No, I live here." That response alone deserves an award. She stayed and took photos with every single group. She was playfully offended when someone said their favorite character was Ross instead of Rachel, but you could see in her eyes that hearing how much Friends meant to these strangers genuinely moved her.
Ross!
Arnold Schwarzenegger, in 2015, dressed up in full Terminator costume and makeup and stood completely still at Madame Tussauds, right next to his own wax figure. When tourists leaned in for photos with the statue, he came alive. People were screaming, running, grabbing each other. One guy nearly fell over a velvet rope trying to escape. Arnold just stood there grinning, saying, "I told you I'd be back." Peak cinema. Channing Tatum, in 2015, went full method for a Magic Mike screening. He wore prosthetic makeup to look like a balding middle-aged executive and interviewed fans outside the theater, asking them awkward questions about the movie. Nobody had a clue. During the screening, dancers came out and started performing, and then the executive ripped off his disguise and revealed himself as Channing Tatum. The room, which was mostly women, completely lost their minds. I mean, absolute pandemonium. Drake, in 2016, wore a wig and glasses and went undercover on Hollywood Boulevard for Jimmy Kimmel. He interviewed random people about Drake, asked them what they'd say if Drake was standing right there. One said, "Probably freak out." Another said she'd ask for a picture. He kept going, asking more and more personal questions about himself while standing 2 feet away from people who worship him. Then he took off the disguise. The freaked out, exactly as advertised. The other guy just stood there with his mouth open for a solid 5 seconds before words came back to him.